Picture it, the clock reads 3:17 a.m. Your eyes wide open, the air thick, next to a person whose laugh used to shake your soul. Their breath in the darkness is just noise now. No electricity, no anticipation, only silence screaming in invisible colors. Why? If you search inside, clawing at invisible walls, you sense a rotten truth. Every theory you ever heard about relationships, passion, the way minds connect, artificial. Crafted from convenience, not science. You've been living inside a myth fed by pop culture and shallow advice columns. Breathe in. Feel urgency. The love you swore would last is dissolving, not in fire but in friction, the constant, unconscious repetition of days. This isn't just your story. It's the secret sickness haunting millions. Everything you know about passion is a lie. And tonight, you see the cracks. The world won't admit it, but behind every faded relationship is a mind blinded by habits, suffocating beneath comfort, desperate for chaos. Are you willing to see the truth lurking behind the dying embers? You grew up fed the hero's tale. Passion storms into your life, shakes your biology, stays vibrant with time. Lovers on balconies, promises scrawled on hearts. But science whispers a different language. The myth, passion is an unbreakable force, a soul-deep connection impervious to entropy. The mind-altering reality. Passion is a glitch, a bug in the brain, coded for survival, destined to fade not because hearts change, but because habits take over. Attraction is not magic, but mechanism, a cocktail of dopamine, norepinephrine, and fleeting uncertainty. Understand this, forever isn't coded in your neurons. The brain, always adjusting, always dulling what becomes routine, sabotages the drama of desire. It's not fate or failure, it's neural adaptation. You've been lied to. Passion isn't sustained by love, it's starved by predictability. Familiarity kills infatuation, replaces it with a mechanical, unthinking comfort. That's the real villain. Let's crack open the vault of values. Early romance is chaos, the unexpected word, the forbidden laugh, the friction of two stories colliding. You stalk novelty, chase it like a dealer hunts the next fix. But then comes the pivot, safety over excitement, comfort over danger. You want to feel secure. You build rituals, quiet dinners, gentle touches, predictable weekends. You believe stability is the prize, but in truth, the mind recoils from repetition. The brain carves neural paths, loops of certainty, turning adventure into a checklist. You feel yourself harden. Desire shrinks. Value once meant thrill and risk, now it means safety and routine. And routine is the dagger. Deep psychology reveals dopamine surges when you don't know what comes next. If the script is set, the mind sleeps. Relationships taught to value predictability are doomed to bleed passion. The values you trust become your prison. You tell yourself you're confident, enough, powerful. At first, you open up raw, exposed, magnetizing chaos. You let your flaws speak, your insecurities pulse in the open air. You attract with trembling vulnerability, igniting curiosity. But confidence calcifies. You chant affirmations. I am right. I am strong. Soon, openness congeals into ego armor. Dialogue with your partner becomes stale, a rerun of old battles, tired words. Self-affirmation, meant to empower, starts walling you in. No new questions, just old convictions. The mind surrenders to habit. You become your own echo chamber. The friction that sparks desire vanishes, replaced by a numb certainty. Attraction is killed not by self-doubt, but by absolute confidence, leaving no room for chaos. The psychological trick, the more you affirm, the more you become blind to surprise. And where there is no surprise, passion dies. You lose yourself in the armor you built for survival. Here's the cold, hypnotic truth. Your emotions are machines, fired by feedback loops, ruled by the tyranny of habits. The mind is a factory, chaining each action to incentive, each thought to pattern. Repeat the same words, same touches, same jokes. Your brain registers normal, starves its dopamine receptors, numbs the longing. You're told that love is kept alive by routine. Science shreds that. Routine deadens emotional spikes. Your brain, hungering for stimulation, scans for novelty like a predator. Communication becomes a stutter, predictable, dead air. Emotional habits form, kill desire. Practical psychology knows you must interrupt the loop, inject unpredictability, violate expectations. Every relationship is a war between comfort and chaos. Passion emerges at their conflict lines. Attraction is not built, it is broken into by surprise, by divergence. You think you need security. The mind craves the unknown. That's the fusion where passion lives. Habits. You don't notice them growing, creeping in daily, until they choke every ounce of spontaneity. It starts innocent, the same breakfast, a goodnight ritual, shared playlists, inside jokes. These tiny repetitions mutate into a blueprint, erasing edges, sandblasting the unpredictable into dust. The mind, built to conserve energy, loves habits. Efficiency feels like intelligence. But here's the street philosophy. Habits make you a ghost in your own life. You stop tasting, stop questioning, stop wanting. In relationships, habit is the silent assassin. It lulls both minds, creating the memory of connection while suffocating the actual experience. Psychologically, your neural pathways thicken with use. Same actions, same chemicals, same numbness. And when passion vanishes, you blame the other, or yourself, or time. But the true culprit is habit, a mental parasite, draining relationships' living pulse. Escape requires violence, disruption, destroying what's comfortable if you dare. Emotional intensity is a neurological drug. Early love explodes with signals, anticipation, curiosity, ecstasy, fear. But the brain despises chaos in the long term. It seeks homeostasis, equilibrium. So each emotional peak is muted over time. You adapt. Joy's voltage drops. Desire dims. Emotional habituation is a stealth process. You don't notice it until you crave what you can't feel anymore. Example, a couple, heady and wild, now discuss bills and chores like office mates. Their brains, starved for surprise, stop rewarding touch, stop firing on kisses. It's not that the emotions are gone, they're just spent, their receptors worn smooth. You are not broken, your biology is. But the more you chase comfort, the less dopamine flows. Emotional renewal requires risk, not reassurance. If you want revival, you must attack what's numb with novel experiences, conversations, even dangers. Only the unknown shocks your system awake. Let's dissect how you think. Early attraction means endless obsession, seeking signals, decoding texts, fantasizing encounters. Your thinking is chaotic, hopeful, insecure. But as bond hardens, the mind shifts. Assumptions rule, expectations build, predictions replace curiosity. You stop investigating, stop imagining. Psychologically, this is the death of passion. Street philosophy, if you're not a detective in your own relationship, you're already the victim. The mind, lazily mapping the other, drifts towards boredom. Confidence in knowing someone leads the brain to close the case instead of keeping it open. That's when uncertainty vanishes and with it dies desire. You must restore the detective's hunger, question motives, challenge beliefs, invent surprises. Only then does passion crackle again. Thinking has to be restless, urgent. The silent poison is certainty. If your thoughts don't wake you at night, your relationship will never wake you again. You once whispered secrets in the dark. Now you text logistics under harsh daylight, mistaking information for intimacy. Communication decays, growing coarse, impoverished, standard. It's not just words, it's tone, body language, intention. The hypnotic pulse of early conversation, gone, cannibalized by utility. You ask for errands, not dreams. Psychology calls this semantic satiation. The more you repeat a phrase, the less meaning it holds. You said, "I love you," until it was wallpaper, not thunder. Confident certainty replaced yearning. The mind, wired for novelty, stops listening when all words are scripts. Real communication disrupts. It must risk something, reveal something hidden, provoke reaction. If you're no longer startled or exposed by conversation, you're communicating by muscle memory, not mind. Want to revive connection? Break the pattern. Say the unsayable. Interrupt the script. Presence will return, not through habit, but revolution. Confidence attracts at first, a display of self-assurance, magnetic bravado. You strut, you charm, you conquer. But over time, confident certainty becomes a silent killer. Curiosity is what truly sustains desire. In the beginning, you were ravenous for questions, invoking the unknown, hunting for secrets. Later, you slip into knowing, predicting, controlling. The relationship calcifies into certainty. The confident self reads the partner's moves, responds with prepared lines. Curiosity evaporates. But here's the paradox. The mind craves uncertainty even as it flees it. Science and street philosophy agree. Passion burns when there's something unsolved, a riddle to chase. If confidence is static, curiosity is the engine. You must learn to doubt, to explore, to risk not knowing, even at the cost of discomfort. Only then does emotion ignite again. Strength isn't in answers, it's in the courage to be surprised. Let's talk rejection. The sharp taste of not being wanted, misunderstood, or worse, ignored. In the early days, pain was proof of care, an emotional high wire where you risked everything for a shot at ecstasy. But most avoid it, trading volcanic honesty for polite distance. Over time, self-preservation becomes king. You hide, you mask, hoping to avoid rejection's sting. Yet, in dodging pain, you flatline desire. The mind shrivels without challenge. Emotional pain, rejection, disappointment, jealousy isn't disease, it's fertilizer for passion. Without the risk of loss, nothing is precious. Real connections burn because you risk burning out. Example, the artist who ruins their own painting, gambling beauty for genuine expression. Relationships are art, not accounting. If you never gamble your heart on misunderstanding, you become roommates, not lovers. Without the ache of risk, your fire cools to ash. Uncertainty is uncomfortable and irresistible. Remember the first message, the lingering look, the unscripted laugh? That ache in the chest, that ache to know and be known? Uncertainty is what made it real. The paradox, you crave security, but passion only thrives in the garden of doubt. It's uncertainty that fires your neurons with anticipation. It's what turns a glance into thunder or a silence into poetry. When certainty wins, attraction dies. You end up addicted to closure, but passion is a riddle without a solution. Study the psychological evidence. Unpredictability boosts dopamine, hijacks attention, creates addiction. Communication, behaviors, attraction itself must stay wild, untamed. If everything is answerable, nothing is magnetic. So, orchestrate uncertainty. Take risks. Withhold information. Allow your partner to remain partly unknowable, even to themselves. Passion doesn't want maps, it wants mystery. You think relationships are about understanding each other. But understanding is overrated. The mind longs, secretly, for misunderstanding, those moments of friction where you realize the other is truly other, irreducibly strange. Early love thrives on the hope of merging, but meaning is born from difference. Psychology shows the more you get each other, the less the mind must work. The less it works, the less it cares. See the couple, together for years, who finish each other's sentences but leave nothing unsaid. They are efficient, but lifeless. Misunderstanding brings meaning. When your beliefs clash or values scrape against each other, you're forced to pay attention, to struggle, to learn. Frustration is not failure, it's creation. Creative tension bursts new selves, deeper connections. If you chase perfect understanding, you kill the very uncertainty that makes love electric. Meaning arises from chaos. Routine is efficient, safe, deadening. Reinvention is terrifying, inconvenient, vital. Your brain wants to autocorrect, to streamline connection into familiarity. But passion cannot survive without the wildness of reinvention. Psychological reality, the more you repeat, the more you erode. To escape, you must disrupt the machine. Do what scares you. Break type. Force evolution. Example. You and your partner abandon the regular dinner, chase a midnight storm, take on a challenge neither has faced. Suddenly, the mind staggers awake, flooded with new chemicals. Reinvention is not just change, it's risk, vulnerability, the willingness to be a different version of yourself again and again. The street philosopher knows only those willing to destroy comfort will taste real passion. Relationships are stories written in pen, not pencil. To keep passion, you must be willing to cross out chapters, rewrite the myth. You're told to think positive. Optimism is king. Ignore flaws, focus on the good, manifest what you want. But forced positivity is a neural dead end. True attraction, true relationship is built on the full spectrum: rage, sadness, fear, longing, confusion. The mind needs shadow as much as light. Studies show couples who only speak in positives lose resilience, avoid real conversation, and suppress desire. The uncomfortable truth? The fairy tale of endless positivity is just another routine, another script. The brain adapts to any signal, even bliss, until it's muted. Sometimes what you need is negative space, the fight, the argument, the uncertainty that resets your senses. Street wisdom: darkness sharpens desire. If you exclude the dark, your relationship becomes flat and flavorless. Only those who dare walk through discomfort keep the mind and the heart alive with possibility. There's a civil war raging beneath your skull. Your brain, designed by eons of evolution, is hardwired for survival, not passion. It rewards efficiency, predictability, the safe consumption of resources. Desire, the true, gasping, claws-out kind, rebels against this. It wants unpredictability, danger, a sense of chase and conquest. The brain says, protect the routine, fortify the known, survive together. Desire whispers, break rules, court disaster, risk everything. The result? An endless tug of war. Some nights you'll stake everything on a wild word, a sharp look. Other days, comfort drapes itself over both of you, dragging you into passive tranquility. Most people obey their brain, numbing the ache for something more. But those who dare let desire lead, despite fear, are the ones who taste passion's electric afterburn. Your choice: satisfy your brain or electrify your existence. Chemistry isn't romantic. It's treacherous. The spark you felt wasn't fate. It was a neural tripwire, a cocktail of neurotransmitters and hormones. Scientists call it limerence. The initial surge isn't sustainable, no matter how charming your story. The rush exists to bond, lure, trick you into connection. But as the chemicals wear off, reality bites back. Your body, your mind, start searching for equilibrium. The storm fades. Lovers misinterpret this crash as incompatibility. They run, searching for the next high, not realizing chemistry isn't passion, it's a temporary illusion. If you chase only the rush, you'll find emptiness every time. Real passion, the kind that outlasts the chemical hangover, demands something wilder: risk, unpredictability, a willingness to disrupt your own comfort for the chance to feel alive again. Trust your chemistry and you will always be lost. Trust your hunger for disruption and you will resurrect desire. Here's the turning point. Most never realize the trance they're in. They walk through life half awake, suppressed by habits, numbed by predictability. Real awareness is like a glitch in the matrix. Suddenly, you see the patterns, the old scripts, the forces dulling your senses. The pain of this clarity is immense. You see your partner as they are, not as your habits have painted them. You taste the blandness of routine. You grieve your own participation. But pain is only the beginning. With awareness comes power. You see how you sabotage newness, how you choose comfort over passion, how you deny your own cravings for chaos and curiosity. Psychology calls this metacognition, the mind watching itself. Now you have a choice. Do you numb out again, or do you attack routine with the violence of truth? Awareness is the birthplace of transformation. The rest is up to you. Now you stand at the crossroads. You felt the ache of routine, the sting of honesty, the force of awareness. Liberation isn't about escape, but confrontation. Each time you resist the call to numbness, each time you confront comfort's sinister pull, you empower a new self. Strength is built not through certainty, but through the naked courage to constantly reinvent. Psychology insists you can rewire habits. Street philosophy demands you shatter them. The shell of your old self cracks every time you choose surprise over safety. You show up, not as a finished story, but as a question, curious, daring, awake. Relationships transform from confining routines into living experiments. You stop blaming your partner, your brain, or chemistry. You own your capacity to create electricity in your life and theirs. This is your call to arms. The world will sell you comfort, easy answers, false hope. Every advertisement, every upstanding friend, every tired expert will preach stability over risk, routine over eruption. Reject this seduction. Demand the impossible from your mind, your relationships, your existence. Inject uncertainty. Court misunderstanding. Chase meaning through reinvention, even if it burns. Do not make peace with numbness, wage war against it. Because passion does not vanish on its own, it is starved to death, murdered by repetition and fear. The transformation you crave is not in anyone else, it's in the violence with which you disrupt yourself. Burn the script. Rewrite the myth. Take the risk. Passion is not a given. It is a revolution, and only the brave ever taste it.